Good morning, Canadian Yarn Hoarder. My name is Alyssa, and today we're going to make this apple coaster. So, you want to stay and follow with me? I'm going to move you over to the overhead cam, and I'll tell you about the yarn, and we'll get started. Okay, so the yarn I used for this is Love Lamb and Milk Cotton. It is from Amazon. Did order it from Amazon. You are going to have four colors, and as you can see, I did use white in this one, and I'm going to use a bit of an off yellow, because I do find apples can come in different colors, just like the red. So I did use a different colored red on this one. Same package, just wanted to have a little bit of a different color going on. And we are going to use a 4mm hook. So let's get started. So I'm going to move those over there. I'm going to find my center pole. And we're going to start with our magic circle. Now, if you are new here, I just wanted to say hello. If you're a returning visitor, I'm glad to see you back. 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. And if you've seen my coasters before, I do have a couple of them, a few of them. They are pretty similar, most of them. I do have one coming up that'll be very, very different than anything I've done before. It's the coaster-wise, but you'll have to stay tuned for that. So this one, you're going to want to do doubling or increase on each stitch. So you're going to do 1 single, 2 singles, and you're going to follow that all the way across. So 1 single, 2 singles. You're just going to keep repeating. And then when I'm done that, if you know I'm going to darn in the end so that it doesn't irritate or annoy. And then we're going to go on to the next row. So there we are. 2 last stitch. And then just slip stitch that last one. Now I'm going to grab my darning needle. And we are going to darn in the ends, like I like to do. This keeps the center hole tight. It keeps it from irritating you, tickling you, getting in your way. If you have too long of a tail, sometimes the tail can get wrapped up in what you're doing. So it's just easier to get rid of the tail. That way you know for a fact the working yarn is your working yarn. So now we're back to here. So this row, we're going to chain 2. Now you're going to 1 single crochet in the first stitch, and the next stitch you're going to double crochet. Now we are going to do this pattern, 1 increase, your stitch number, the stitch count, and then 1 increase until you have 7 single crochets in between each increase. So that was a 1 and then increase. You're going to have 7 of them. So I'm going to keep continuing on. When I come back, I will have my 7 increases. Sorry, 8 actually. I'm looking at that. So it'll be 8, not 7. 7 will work. It'll just be a little bit larger if you decide to do the 8. I'm going to do the 8. 1 here, and then a single crochet there. So I'm going to keep maneuvering on. This one will be 2 single crochets, as I've said. 1, 2. So 1, 2, and then increase. And you're just going to keep doing that. So I will see you back in a minute. Okay, so we've got to that. So I am going to trim my tail. And that happens. There we go. And I'm going to clean that up. It's no longer on there. So now I'm going to grab my red in the center pole. Go. And that's actually a tip I came across recently. If you're looking for a center pole and you can't find it on a yarn, squeeze it like that. Rub it on the table, like a lemon or a lime, and you actually open up in here a little bit, and that'll help you get to your center pull, make it a little bit easier. Just makes it a little bit simpler and a little bit easier. Now, for this last row is going to be a little different. So you're going to want to make sure you have the 2 loops on. And then just come up, tighten, 1, 2. It is going to mostly be like the other rows you've done for coasters. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and then you're going to increase 1, 2. Now you're going to do that, but when you get to that increase, I'm going to put a stitch marker, because it's right directly. If you were to fold that in half from where you started, that is exactly where you want it. So now you're going to continue on. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So this one's going to be an increase. There's one there, so we're going to increase 1, 2. So I'm going to do it again. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and 9, and you should be right at your stitch marker, which you can remove. Now this one, you want to go in, slip, go in, slip. This one you're going to do the regular. So you just pull that, and you're just going to slip stitch, slip stitch, 1, 2, and then 1. So that gives you, I increased, did I not increase? I should increase 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. You do not increase on this one just because you're making that little dent that an apple has. So you want it to kind of go up a bit. So you just kind of have to feel that that is your next increase stitch. So kind of go over to it. I'm pretty sure you're supposed to be increased there. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and increase. And you're just going to follow this to the end of the row. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, increase. 1, 2, and then you're going to do 9 again. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and 9, and you're just going to slip stitch that one and that one. Now I'm going to turn that and darn it in, and then what I will do is when I have my next, so this one I'm just going to go into the back, try and tighten it up in the back. Just kind of that up. Just gonna that. You're gonna darn this one in. Now it doesn't look like much right now, but we just have a couple more things to do and we will be done. So now you're going to take your brown that you have and you're just going to slip stitch, so around your finger, pull off your finger and throw that up there. You're going to 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, turn, 1, 2, 3, and 4. Now this is your stem, so you're going to trim it, pull it, and I like to tighten it. 1, 2, and then what you can do is you grab, and we're going to finish off with the brown here, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to put my stem in here, and we're just going to tighten it up. Then I'm going to do the same with the other side. So I'm going to try and grasp the red so you don't see the white as much. Or the creamy yellow, I should say. Just going to come up. Do it again. Tighten that. Tie it up. And I like to tie it just that way I know it's not going to fall back off. 1, 2. Now with these, you can take both ends, string them onto the needle. Or if you don't have the room, which sometimes you don't have enough of a tail, a really good way around that is thread the needle in where you want it first, making sure you don't see any of the needle on the outside, on the good side, and then you're going to shove that up and on, pull that in. Now one more thing with the brown after I darn in this little creamy yellowy end is you're going to make 2 seeds almost dead center of the apple core. So you're going to trim these both off. 1, 2. And then what I want to do, I'm going to take this one and just like the seeds in the dragon fruit coaster, you're just gonna double wrap around, tie this up. 1, and then actually what I'm going to do is show you what I didn't with the dragon fruit coaster because I showed you how to tie them all. But then you're just going to come over to right about here and you're going to put this seed in here. Do it twice. Come over, tie them off. And then the last thing we got to do is a leaf. Just a tiny little leaf that I made. And all of this was pretty much just something I came out with an idea of. And a little bit off center, but I don't think that'll be a big deal. So I'm going to put the red away. I'm going to put my brown away. And then what we'll do is we'll do the green, which will not take long. Just put that aside. Grab this. So what you want to do is yet again a slip stitch. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I'm going to go 1, 2, 3, and then you're going to 1, 2, 3, and then you're going to 1, 1, and then 1, and this should leave a little bit of a point at the top of your leaf. I'm going to go 1 down the other side of the chain. Just gonna come up to this one. You're gonna slip stitch into it and just have a tiny little leaf kicking around. So I'm gonna trim, pull off. Didn't quite turn out the way I was hoping, but that's all right. Still looks leafish, especially when you put it on. And you're just gonna tie these in together so that you have both ends together and it won't come undone. Just going to thread them onto the needle. And then you're just going to put it right here, beside the stem. And that's pretty much, now you're just gonna make sure you attach it on so it doesn't fall back off. And that's pretty much it. So I do hope to earn your like and subscription. I do hope to hear from you in a comment, question, or concern. By all means, whatever you have, if you want to say hello or whatever. I am always up for hearing it. I will do my best to get back to you. I hope to see you again. I hope you have a wonderful day. And we're just going to pass this through and then it will be done after I trim off the ends. And you'll see both coasters that I've made. Put that away. And there you have it. 2 very pretty, slightly different apple coasters. And like I said, I hope to earn your like and subscription. I hope you have a wonderful day, and I hope to see you again. Bye.